All right, folks, we're here checking out this T-Mobile deal. Let's see if it's any good and if they're competing with the likes of AT&T and Verizon. All right, based on what's being mentioned here in this article from the T-Mobile report, I'll link it for you guys so you can check out more details if you are interested. It says any condition, a trade, gets you $1,100 off the new Samsung Galaxy S25 Edge. All right, so here's the phone. It's up on the screen. The S25 Edge is supposed to be some kind of a new version of the Galaxy S25 lineup. It's basically a slightly lesser modified version of the S25 Plus. All right, so that could potentially be a thing. It might be make or break for you, so you might not be interested. But if it is something that you like, if you like the Edge phones, I never have personally, but you might. This is a way to score $1,100 off the phone, which is going to come in as bill credits, and you're going to trade in your old phone. And some of the phone values are actually pretty good. Now, there's some really important things you got to know. Like, first of all, you're going to have to be on their new Experience Beyond plan. You could be on the legacy Go 5G Next plan and get the full value, but it's important that you know that because you might have older phones and you might have older plans. And according to the trade-in values, like let's say you have Magenta MAX or let's say you have the T-Mobile One plan, your deals are going to kind of correlate with it. So, Max you get $500 off, and the One plan you get $250 off, right? So you're getting a much lesser version of the trade-in value. Here's some of the phones that get you certain values. Here's the Galaxy lineup, up to $1,100. There's versions where you can get $800 off, and then there's another one with the $500 off, right, depending on the plans. There's some really old phones, like an S6 gets you $550 on the new plans. That's crazy. Note 8s. Here's some iPhones. iPhone 6 is mentioned. That's wild, right? iPhone 8s, iPhone 10s at 10 Rs. Crazy. There's some old OnePlus 7s in there. I see Google Pixels going back to the 4th gen. Some LG phones still getting mentioned. The V60. Damn. Edge 2021, right? A 4-year-old Motorola getting you up to $550, which is crazy. Anyways, let me know what you guys think of the deals. I think the thing that we have to keep in mind here, T-Mobile clearly is not the leader or the innovator when it comes to phone promotions. They're basically just responding, right? And that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. Their identity is shifting. They've gone from kind of like the uncarrier thing to, I think, a bit more calculated. They're clearly much more focused on revenues and margins. And, the more aggressive your phone promotions, the more it taps into your margins. Right, so they're basically just responding, I think, trying to be competitive with AT&T and Verizon, who do offer better phone deals in most cases, from what I could tell. But you guys let me know what you think of this and if you're interested in how you see T-Mobile kind of competitiveness with the other providers like AT&T and Verizon, who I think they kind of have the edge in the phone promos. And that's why I think, people, they've noticed that the deals are better with other providers, and why we're kind of seeing T-Mobile's churn rate kind of a little bit elevated, and they're kind of in last place, and they've been doing pretty good in the recent history, and that could be changing, and that might be why T-Mobile's getting more aggressive. We'll have to wait and see how this plays out and what the numbers look like next quarter, because we are in the middle of Q2. But let me know your comments and give me your thoughts and opinions on this deal and T-Mobile's willingness to compete. Drop me some comments. Like, share, subscribe. Check out some more of our videos. We'll see you guys soon on the next one.